Good morning. Welcome to a day in my life as an RBT, working a 10-hour shift. Right now, it is just after 7 a.m. We have about 30 to 40 minutes until I need to leave to get to my first client. I've never done one of these before, so I'm not really sure how great this video will turn out, but I'm excited. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited to bring you guys along for my day. Tuesdays are the first day of my work week. Time to get up and get ready. Good morning, Stormy. What are you doing, Angel? First up is to feed Stormy. I feed her one of her wet foods every morning. This is what we feed her. You want your breakfast, Stormy girl? Stormy girl is fed. Time to pick out what to wear today. Because I'm an RBT and I have kids that I possibly need to chase, get on the ground and play with, I definitely go for comfort rather than like super cute. So usually, since it is summertime, I will opt for one of my like biker shorts or athletic shorts and then just a shirt that matches. That is all you will see me get ready for this morning. I don't put on makeup. I don't like do my hair because a lot of times I'll end up having to throw my hair up in a ponytail just because kind of safer that way. I don't always do it. I don't want to say that I don't see the point in putting on makeup or doing my hair, because I don't think that there's anything wrong with putting in effort for your appearance or making yourself feel better, but I just have never felt the need to put on makeup or do my hair to go to this particular job because the kids don't really care what I look like, and that's who I'm there for. So let's get dressed. My boyfriend is a sweetie pie and makes me eggs every morning. Stormy, what are you doing, Stormy girl? Bye, Stormy girl. You have a good day, Angel. Mama, see you on my break. Bye, baby girl. I love you. All right, guys, we are in the car headed to our first client of the day. It is 7:39. I have to be to him by 8. This is typically the time that I leave. I usually leave sometime between 7:35 and 7:40 in the morning. Usually I'll eat my eggs on the way. Bye, Patrick. My roommate's leaving too. On his way. My boyfriend leaves earlier than both of us. He leaves at like 5 a.m. and he's up at like 3:30 for work. I never really see him in the mornings, but that's okay. Anyway, normally in the mornings when I'm driving to work, I will like jam out to music, just get me like pumped for the day, or I will Marco Polo my best friend Angelique. This morning I thought before I started my jam session, I would just give you guys a little rundown of our day and stuff. So obviously, due to HIPAA violations and, you know, safety reasons, I cannot bring the camera or do any type of recording when I am with my client or any clients of my day, really. But I still thought it would be fun to like bring you along, and I think just after each session I'll give you a little rundown of like how it went. Like I said, I've never really done one of these before, mostly for the fact that like I can't film in my sessions. Like I can't film the session, which I feel like would be the kind of interesting part. We're just gonna give it a shot. So I see my first kiddo at school from 8 to 11 a.m. This is my first time being in a real school. Not like today, but like this client this past year that I've had him. I've been with him the whole school year. I got him last summer. I started with him in June. I did summertime at his house, and then I've done the entire school year with him. I feel like I didn't like it in the beginning, but I really grew to enjoy being at school with him. Being at school with your client is just a whole different ball game. There's obviously a lot more peers around versus just working in home. There's a lot more social opportunities. I don't want to make it sound like lazy, but I just have a lot less to do or a lot less to come up with because there's a teacher there who has like a whole itinerary of things for him to do, and then I'm just there to help him do it. So I don't have to come up with 3 hours worth of stuff to do for us. So it's a lot of fun. I do enjoy being in the school. So more than I did in the beginning of the year. All right, guys, I have made it to the school. I put my steering wheel lock on because you just never know who's gonna want to break into the car today. But yeah, unfortunately, this is where we say goodbye for about 3 hours, and I will see you guys once my session is over. Hello, everyone. All right, guys, it is break time. It is 10:56 to be exact, and we are headed to my house now, so that way I can have some lunch. My session went pretty good. The hardest part for me was his PE class was unexpectedly outside, and I did not bring a jacket. It was really windy today, but it wasn't cold. Well, I was wrong. After standing out there for 55 minutes, your girl was cold, and I feel like I got a little bit of sun on my cheeks, maybe a wind burn, I don't know. Luckily the wind has calmed down now and it's back to being warm. I love the heat. I do not like the cold in any sense, so I thrive when it is warm. But anyway, we are just gonna head home, gonna make a quick lunch, and my next session starts at 12. So this is the kind of busy part about being an RBT, figuring out what you're gonna do in between your sessions. Are you gonna go home and eat lunch? Are you gonna pack a lunch if you don't have time to go home? I am really lucky with these 3 clients that I currently have to where my home is in between all of them, and so it's very easy for me to go home if I want to eat at home. Oh my goodness, look at the fur babies. Are you guys napping in the sunshine? This is Stormy, who you guys saw this morning. She's my angel baby. And that's Simba. We are home. It is now my lunch. Sorry you can't see me. It is 11:15 on the dot, and that means we have 30 minutes until I need to leave. But my first kid that I see at school, I use my iPad to take data, and then I use my phone to write my note because they don't let us use our laptops. So by the time I come home from my second session, like 50% of my phone battery is gone, so I have to leave here at 11:45 for my next session because it's at noon and they're about 10-ish minutes away. I'm going to figure out what I want to eat, either chicken nuggets or probably chicken nuggets because they're so easy and quick. I also have really yummy leftovers from yesterday, so I kind of want those, but I don't know how long that'll take. Yeah, I think I'm going to because they're so good. Alrighty. Here's my lunch, and we've got about 15 minutes to eat it. Okie dokie, let's do a time check. Can you guys even see it? Finished with 1 minute to spare. So now I'm just gonna quickly like rinse my dishes, maybe put these ones away, and then it'll be time to go. And just like that, guys, we are back in the car. For my current schedule, I would say that my morning kid is my second hardest. My middle kid is my hardest client, which is where we're headed to now. And then my third client of the day is my easiest client. Not to say that my third child doesn't have behaviors, but they just are not as severe, not as aggressive, I guess you could say. I feel like this is one of the drawbacks to being an RBT. So I don't know if you guys heard me say at 11 I was done with my first kid and I have my next kid at 12. So from that 11 to 12 period, I don't get paid. So it's like an unpaid lunch basically. I choose to eat during it, but I could do anything I wanted. I could go walk around Target, I could go to the bank, I could go hang out with a friend or go see my mom. It's really whatever I wanted to do on that hour because I'm not paid for it. I will be working like a full 10-hour day today from 8 to 6, but I'll only be getting paid 8 hours because I see my next client from 12 to 3, and then after that I don't see my next client until 4, but I see him 4 to 6. I feel like that's something people might not know when you're first becoming an RBT, is that you only get paid for sessions. My company does pay for drive time. You don't get like your full rate. You just get like minimum wage for drive time, but they do pay it, which is nice. It all adds up in the end. Yeah, I feel like this is the part of being an RBT that I was so shocked at, that like you don't get paid for in between session times. Even if you have this huge gap, you also don't get paid if sessions are canceled. I will say there are some companies that pay for canceled sessions. I have never found one except for one where it's in a clinic. I feel like that's one of the biggest reasons that people don't stick with being an RBT. Aside from it being like a really hard job, you can get burnt out pretty quickly. The inconsistency of the schedule and the pay is, to me, the biggest drawback. I have made it to my next client. It is 11:59. It's time to go inside, and I will see you guys in 3 hours. Hi, friend! Out of my second session. It is now 3 o'clock, and we are heading over to my mom's house because on Tuesdays I stop by her house at some point in the day and pull her trash can down for her, because my mom is handicapped, and so it's really, she just doesn't have great balance. Then after that, I'll probably stop by my house again, because like I said, I'm really lucky and it is on the way to my next session, and I'll like let the dog out, see if she needs to go, because she hasn't gone out since probably this morning. Okay, I just got to my mom's, but I forgot to bring you guys. I don't know if you can see like behind me her garage and the tree, but I promise I just brought down her trash can and her Christmas tree box. So now we are heading to my house. It is 3:05 and I need to leave for my next session. Can you see it in the viewfinder? The rear view? I don't know. The trash can behind me? There she is, guys. Hi, Lexi girl. Here, let's go potty. Lexi, this way. Let's go potty. It is 3:13, so we have 17 minutes until I need to leave. I will just kind of do whatever needs to be done. So like, as you can see, before this afternoon session started and I needed to leave, I didn't have time to put these away. These are now dry. I put those away. I can also make the bed because I didn't have time to do that. I'm not one of those people that wakes up early enough to like make my bed first thing before I need to leave. I love sleep, so I'm not someone who's gonna get up early to like put on makeup or eat breakfast or make the bed. Like, it can all be done at later times. It really can. So that's what I'm gonna do right now, especially since I come home twice throughout the day. Like, there just isn't a need for it, you know? We're not getting in the bed till 8 p.m. tonight, so I have till then to make it. Lexi's going potty. Good girl. Look, guys. Finished. Just in the nick of time. Lexi's good to go. The dishes are put away. I remembered to turn the thermostat back down, and the bed is made. Hi, Stormy! And she's playing with something. Okay. I gotta go, Lexi girl, but your daddy will be home soon for our final session of the day. We made it through, you guys. The middle session was a bit iffy, but we made it. We made it. And then tomorrow is only 2 sessions, so a little bit of a break. I do still have my middle child, but it's all right. So like I said, last and final session of the day. This one's also shorter. It's only 2 hours instead of 3 hours. But during this one today, I actually have supervision with my best friend, Amber. All of the clips are in the car today, but it is hard because I can't like take you guys into the sessions with me. But anyway, I thought it would be fun. I'm on my way to my last session of the day. So I want to talk about like the pros and cons of being an RBT, what I like and don't like about it. I want to talk about clinic versus in-home versus school. I want to talk about different companies, maybe advocating for yourself. I don't know. I'm kind of just going to babble, and let's talk about the pros first. The pro to being an RBT is obviously just the most rewarding aspect of it is getting to see a child learn and grow and accomplish things that people never thought they could have. Them learning their own name or saying I love you, sitting at a chair or a desk for an extended period amount of time, you know, eating something. Like, there's so many rewarding moments that make the job worth it. Con to me personally, obviously every single RBT is different. To me, the cons have nothing to do with the children themselves, right? Because like, there's a reason that they behave the way that they behave. There's a reason that they do the things that they do or say the things that they say. And so to me, like, none of it's really bothersome, right? Like, I mean, it is, don't get me wrong. It's not like it doesn't ever annoy me or get on my nerves or I don't ever get frustrated. It's not like that. But none of it is to where I would say like, oh, it's the hardest thing to deal with in my job. No. The hardest part, I would say, number one is, and this can vary depending on what company you work for, but most companies do not pay for canceled sessions. So I had 3 sessions today, and like I said, I'm working 8 hours, or I'm working 10 hours, but I am only getting paid for 8 of them. If a session gets canceled, that just means that you're out the money. I think that is the number one con of being an RBT. Is second con, I would say, that is the hardest part of my job, is parents can sometimes make sessions way harder than they need to be. And some parents are so amazing and they're like, do what you gotta do. Like, yes, please help us. And some parents are like, you come here just to piss my kid off. Like, that's all you ever do is make them cry or make them mad. That that can be a huge part of it. I just hit my 4 years being an RBT, and I have worked in-home, in clinic, and in school, and like anything else in life, they all have their pros and cons. In-home is great because they're in their own environment. Some kids work really well in their own environment. I think that clinics for RBTs are absolutely the way to go. I worked in-home, my first ever RBT job. It was great, but I didn't grow from it at all, in my opinion. And going to a clinic and working in a clinic environment, you are just exposed to so much more. You can watch other RBTs and how they handle situations. You get exposed to other kids and their behaviors and their deficits, and you just like, I was like a sponge and I soaked it all up. And I will say I also did have an incredible BCBA that really taught me so much. I mean, she took me from like, on a scale of 1 to 10, from like a 2 to an 8. Credit. I give a lot of credit to her and what she did for me. You guys see me? Okay guys, we've made it home. We're home for the day. Sessions are done. I'm so excited to go in and eat, see my boyfriend, see my cat Stormy, eat dinner, and just chillax. I'm exhausted from this day. Hi Patrick!
Hi guys, how are you? Good to see y'all.
Haven't seen you since this morning.
I know. Oh, since this morning.
Yeah. Patrick's home on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So who's y'all?
Hi, Storm. Hi, baby girl. What's up? You want dinner, Storm? Yeah. You say hi, Stormy girl. Okay guys, it's actually a whole new day when I'm filming this. When I got home from work, I literally just ate and then laid down. I was so tired and not feeling the best, so we just scrapped it. I didn't like scrap the video, there was simply nothing left to vlog, but I hope that you guys enjoyed this day in the life of mine. I've never really filmed one of those before because there's so much that I can't show of being an RBT like due to HIPAA laws, so I don't know if it's any like interest of anyone seeing it, but I just thought it might be nice for people who really don't like understand what an RBT is or what they do, or for someone who's about to become an RBT and doesn't quite understand how the schedule works. Now every company is different, but I've been an RBT for 4 years now, and it's pretty much been like this in all 3 companies that I have worked for. So anyway, another day, I'm home from work, I'm in my jammies, about to go rot on the couch after my long day. But I hope that you guys liked this video. If you did, pretty please give it a thumbs up. It really supports me and my channel. And if you guys liked me, pretty please hit that subscribe button. It really supports my mental health. And yeah, I'm sorry, I never know when I'm gonna post a video. I really hate editing videos. I'm not good at it. It's not necessarily something I enjoy. This is the part that I enjoy, like showing my life, talking to you guys, being in front of the camera. That's the part that I love of YouTube. And so I suck as an editor. So yeah, I don't know when this video will be up, but I hope that you enjoy it whenever it happens. And I think that's everything. Okay, love you, bye.